Hey YouTube, I was about to post a video where you would see me compare the original Planet of the Apes to the Tim Burton remake. Unfortunately, that video did not upload correctly, so I will briefly talk about it here. I really want to do a video to get everybody prepared for Rise of the Planet of the Apes coming up soon. Could be good, could be bad, hoping it'll be good. But anyway, just briefly want to talk about the original and the remake. Um, the original starred Charlton Heston. And I think what the original did better than the remake was it almost had more philosophy to it, and it almost had the whole humans and apes switching roles better. Um, and when you're talking about the Tim Burton remake, it was kind of a slavery era type of an approach that Burton went with, and which the apes are obviously like the humans, and the humans are more like the slaves. So the remake was more of a slavery approach. So whether you're, it's kind of hard because the whole zoo thing and the slavery thing, they're pretty similar concepts. So you can go either way. You could like either version. So as far as that goes for Planet of the Apes, I'm gonna have to give it to the original. However, here's where the remake comes into play as a better film in some ways. Um, the remake with Tim Burton, what I really liked what he did. I really liked how the characters had more feelings toward each other, whether it was they hated each other or they liked each other. Um, a good comparison here is in the remake, Mark Wahlberg. I got more of an impression that he was in love with the girl ape, played by Helena Bonham Carter. In the original, the girl ape was willing to help Charlton Heston out, but they really didn't feel like friends or anything. It was just like, hey, I want to help me out, sure. It felt more like that. Yeah, and I liked how Tim Burton went with more a relationship approach. I thought that was kind of more appropriate for this, with the whole Helena Bonham Carter believing that humans are just as capable as apes as accomplishing things. Um, so I have to give it to the Tim Burton remake for that portion of the movie with the whole character development. Um, the original did a much better job as far as a post-apocalyptic film. It felt more, 60s post-apocalyptic with the whole desert and barely any form of society around them as they first entered the planet and stuff. So I like that of the original better. Um, and this is kind of just an opinionated type of a deal next. Um, some people prefer, the whole group thing with Charlton Heston with a group when he first got to the planet, and in the remake, it's just Mark Wahlberg going to the planet on his own in a pod. Um, so I don't know if you can really compare that. I guess it's more like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if he was all by himself, or hey, wouldn't it be cool if a whole group of people went and Charlton Heston's character turned out to do better than the other people did. Um, so I don't know how to compare that exactly, but um, both endings were pretty much the same message with the whole, we had such a good thing going as humans, and then the apes went and ruined it. Um, Spoiler alert, by the way, with this comparison, this next portion of the comparison. Um, in the original, it was Charlton Heston looking up at a destroyed Statue of Liberty, where it's only the top half of Statue of Liberty. He's like, damn them all to hell. And then in the remake, it was um, Mark Wahlberg realizing that he got back to what he thought was Earth in present day, and it turned out to be the apes took over, and instead of Abraham Lincoln, it was Abraham Lincoln, and stuff like that. So pretty similar. They're different, but they're similar, and so I guess because I actually really liked the remake. To tell you the truth, what I really liked about the Tim Burton remake, it was just more of a fun movie. I mean, you sit down and watch it, and there was so much more of an adventure quality to it, if you know what I'm saying. If for those of you who liked the remake a lot too, I liked how Paul Giamatti was kind of a comic relief. I think Planet of the Apes kind of needed that, to tell you the truth. Um, Michael Clark Duncan, he was the great tough ape. you can tell that he didn't feel emotions, and the only time he felt emotions was when he wanted to, and stuff like that. Um, yeah, I guess because Planet of the Apes was so big by the time Tim Burton did it, it was like it was a well accomplished series at that point, and it was so it's been around for about 30 years by the time he made it. Um, I guess that's why he was able to get such a bigger cast together for his remake. Um, I know the original had what's her name, Nova or whatever. A lot of people thought she was really hot back in the day. Still is pretty hot. So yeah, guys, just wanted to briefly talk about this. I'm really sorry this upload didn't quite go as I wanted to the first time around. Just briefly wanted to talk about it. Hope the rest of you are excited for Rise of the Planet of the Apes. I know this probably wasn't the greatest comparison I've ever done, but yeah, I just wanted to get you guys ready. Just want to keep you guys thinking about the original and the remake to get you ready for this prequel. So I hope this movie turns out good, guys. Hope this, pray that this will be a good prequel to Planet of the Apes.